Over the past months, I've been making my OP1, and I found that I didn't mention one extremely important part of the mouse I reviewed. It's the AK polling rate that Angie Gear have included. Not mentioning it was so important they've added it to the name of the mouse itself. However, even that didn't convince me to use it, so was it just a piece of marketing? This time, I'll actually need to go back in history, back in the time where mammoths were alive. You guessed it right, in 2021. That year, we got a first look at an 8K mouse, the Razer Viper 8K Hz. Yep, it was Razer who started all of this hype around what they call an innovation. Were the sales going good? Definitely. Was the feature something everyone wanted to try? Well, not really. Despite Razer naming it a game changer, most people struggled to notice the difference in delay. That's why the technology became quote-unquote silly, because in fact, there wasn't a crowd who would complain about 1K Hz in the first place. Briefly, 8K Hz means that the mouse reports your movement 8,000 times per second, or one update per 125 microseconds, while you barely manage one per 9,192,631,770 vibrations of the radiation emitted by a cesium-133. So I wouldn't say that the innovation was the thing that sold the mouse, it's rather the specs that will become the reason we will all love the Viper mice. No matter what, hype is hype. Since then, every single mice manufacturer started adding 8K polling in their sensors. But until today, nobody takes it serious. The reason? The technology has just went ahead of its time. Fine, if you still don't believe me, let's just take a look at the minimal requirements. Okay, wait. Requirements for a feature in the mouse? Bad news? Yes, 8K polling does require some kind of an above average hardware, but a 240Hz monitor to experience the reduced delay? Not gonna lie, that's definitely not something anyone can call accessible, not even in 2025. And again, the mouse was released in 2021. Well, fine, maybe it's an irreplaceable thing among professional players, and it's not the answer. Once again, 8K just takes too much of resource, so instead the major part of the esports scene chooses 4K or continue playing on 1, because it still gives you a similar performance but cheaper for your PC and stays consistent, where 8K does have some problems on wireless mice even 4 years after. Oh yeah, wireless. Viper and OP1 were wired. What about the wireless market? There, it only gets worse, because most of manufacturers haven't found how to make it work properly, so instead you'll get around 5 to 6K on average. Now less, with the requirements 8K needs, your mouse could only work for 4 hours at best. So in conclusion, yeah, you know what? Fuck 8K. Whoever uses it, just know that you fell for the marketing, and there's no sense of using it, nor is there any sense to buy a mouse that just has 8K polling rate. Yeah, I'm done with it.